Brett Favre has finally spoken out on the scandal he appears to have been a very willing participant in, taking literally millions of dollars that were intended to go to a variety of different forms of welfare. Speaking to Fox News Digital, he says, "I have done nothing wrong and it is past time to set the record straight." He added that he had been unjustly smeared in the media. Okay, well, I will remind you of what he did. He received $1.1 million intended for welfare recipients in exchange for speeches and appearances that, he never actually made. It would be unjust if he had been paid that much for speeches that he did. It's worse that he didn't even do them. Text messages included in court filings last month showed that he was heavily involved in discussions that also resulted in $5 million in welfare money going towards construction of a volleyball facility at the University of Southern Mississippi, where his daughter plays volleyball, or did at the very least. Now, out of all that's bad, every bit of it is bad. But when you are gonna finally come out and respond to this, I feel like you have an obligation to actually respond to the entirety of the scandal. And if you've been following our coverage of this, you probably already know that he left out one important part. And that is that we already know some of the behind the scenes communications that he was involved in, including a text message that he sent to one of the people involved in this whole deal saying, "If you were to pay me, is there any way the media can find out where it came from and how much?" Which screams innocence, as we can all agree. So I guess it's a little bit weird that he didn't comment on that part, JR. He left that whole "am I gonna get caught" part out of the discussion.
Bro, you wait a month and a half to come out and finally speak. "I will not be silenced." Bro, you could have said something the first day, but your lawyers probably told you to shut up. Your other handlers and circled people around you like, "Listen, if you start talking, then I'm gonna be in trouble because I'm a political figure too, and I'm all over those text messages." So now you come out and this is what you came up with. This is what your attorneys, after they probably held you and sealed your mouth shut for this long, said, "Go ahead and talk, Brett." And this is what you came up with. "I didn't do anything wrong." Forget all those text messages where I said, "Hey, for this wrong stuff that I'm doing, will I get caught?" That stuff, bro, we're talking a lot, people talking about Herschel Walker and brain damage and football playing and all that stuff. And I hate that type of approach because there's plenty of people who played football and have brain injuries and are struggling today. And they're not horrible people, they're not criminals. They're not looking to destroy other people's lives. So that's not the basis for this. This guy is a greedy piece of garbage, and he likes to steal from other folks. And after doing so, he's still defiant, still pushing back on the revelations that are coming out about him to say, "I didn't do anything wrong." Hey bro, take that L, sit back and do your time that you deserve if you actually cared about all of this. Say, "You know what, I got caught doing some dirty things. That's my fault, I need to pay the consequences." That's all you need to say, because it's all out there already. Everything else is just you just digging your heels deeper to be like, "I'm privileged enough to get away with this." That's all he's saying.
Yep. Yeah, you were saying you could have come out immediately and said something. And I would say, well, I guess it's difficult to immediately come out and say something, except in my imagination, it would be to come out and actually address the substance. He found a way around that. He just didn't address the substance, and he waited a long time, and he did it on Fox News Digital. So I don't know how much more he can tell us that he doesn't care at all about this. By the way, don't say anything more. Take a tiny fraction of your at least $100 million that you apparently have and start buying some water, start doing something good for actual people on actual welfare, not football players cosplaying as if they're on welfare so they can get money for speeches they didn't do. Actually do something, you can afford it. It would be the equivalent of the rest of us digging for change in the couch and donating that. That's how easy it would be, and you'll note that he's choosing not to.